Hey y'all, it's been a minute. Life has been lifing, but I'm back and I've missed this space, this mic, and these real talk moments with you. Welcome back to the Corner with Jay. You already know this space is for real talk, reflection, and those heart centered combos that make us pause, breathe, and grow. We're stepping into part two of our love series. If you haven't listened to episode 5 yet, pause and go back because we laid the foundation. Today, we're getting into the real work of relationships. Picture this like a conversation among friends, open, honest, sitting in a cozy space where we can say the things that don't always make it onto the highlight reel. We're talking about communication, conflict, and connection. The late night talks, the tough disagreements, the I need a minute moments, and how to come back from them stronger. Y'all already know what it is. Real talk, raw thoughts. Grab your journals and let's vibe. Let's unpack real love. The messy, beautiful, and sometimes complicated kind. Y'all, this episode hits deep for me too because relationships, they take work. And I am in a season of learning, of navigating, and figuring things out just like everybody else. So, if love feels complicated for you right now, if communication feels heavy or connection feels distant, trust me, you are not alone, and we are going to get through this together. Now, every couple has disagreements. That is normal. But how you argue, that's everything. Y'all might hear a little noise in the background. I live near Midway, and for some reason, the planes have decided to come back to back. I have paused and re-recorded this 3 times. Now, how you argue is everything. Are you listening to respond or listening to understand, right? So instead of you always or you never, try, well, when you did this, this is how I felt. You can always shift conflict as well. Listen with intention, not just to form a response, aka actively listening to your partner. When things get too heated, take a 30-minute cool off. Walk away, come back with cooler heads and softer hearts. Talk to each other as teammates and not opponents. Me, myself, I was shut down after fights, especially with someone I dealt with a long time ago. To the point where we were both so stubborn that we would literally go hours without communicating because neither one of us wanted to break the silence, if that makes sense. Needless to say, it didn't work out, and that's not the proper way to handle the conflict. 30-minute cool off and come back and resolve it. Arguments don't mean that your relationship is failing. It means that two people are still learning each other, especially if you're in what they call the honeymoon phase, the first 1 to 3 years of it. Try and remember that apologies and accountability are love languages too. Conflict is not about winning. It is about resolution. Quit trying to get the last word. Quit trying to be always right. Quit gaslighting your partner, making them think they nuts, okay? And then growth happens when we stop reacting and start understanding. So if your partner says, hey, this is how I'm feeling right now, listen and try to understand where they're coming from. Even if you don't feel that what they're pointing out is happening, listen to understand and see why they feel that way. It makes a world of difference. It's just like you've been in a conversation with somebody, and instead of you listening to your partner, you're just waiting for your turn to jump in and speak. That is not communication, y'all. It means you waiting to perform and cut a plum fool right then and there. And that's not going to get you anywhere, right? Love isn't just about attraction. It's about staying connected through the rough seasons. Whew, and it is not easy, let me tell you that. Here are some ways that you can stay connected after conflict. Ask deeper questions. For instance, what's one thing that challenged you this week? Show small acts of love even after disagreements. Don't ghost your partner because you don't like what they said to you. And remember why you chose each other to begin with. Reflect back on that first moment of meeting, the first date, the first kiss, the first hug. Just the little things that can remind you of why your heart feels the way it does about that person. Now, take a moment and ask yourself, how do I show up in conflict? Do I allow space for resolution, or do I stay stuck in frustration? What's one way I can improve how I communicate? Now, here's our journal prompt. Pause, breathe, and let this guide you forward. There's 2 prompts for this episode. 1, think about a past disagreement and ask yourself, how did you handle it? And then ask yourself, what would you do differently now? This is your reminder. Words have power. So let's declare this affirmation together. I communicate with clarity and compassion. I create space for connection even in conflict. I am learning, loving, and growing in grace, one moment at a time. Let that sink in, because how we speak, it shapes how we love. And I'm learning that the hard way. Now, part 3 is coming up next, y'all. And we're talking about keeping the love alive, because romance does not stop once you're together. Don't get complacent. Don't get comfortable thinking he or she is not going to go anywhere, because you turn around in the blink of an eye and they're gone. So whether you're navigating conflict, reconnecting, or just learning your partner all over again, remember that love is practice and not a destination. I'll catch y'all next time. Stay grounded, stay creative, and keep flowing.